If the criminal does not fear the police, a judge, or prison, he must be taught to fear his victims. Welcome to Self-Defense Across America. We're going to start today in Humboldt, Texas, where we have an adult male victim who was unharmed and our adult male suspect who was killed. A man was shot to death after he allegedly tried to steal a barbecue pit from another person's home in northeast Harris County on Sunday, according to Harris County Sheriff's Office. Deputies were dispatched to the 15,000 block of Ralston Road at approximately 5:58 a.m. due to a shooting. Authorities later learned a man had stolen another man's barbecue pit. The suspect then fled the scene in a vehicle, and the homeowner got in his car and followed him. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said the homeowner confronted the suspect after catching up to him. Gonzalez said that the homeowner confronted the suspect in the vehicle. He believed the driver of the vehicle was possibly retrieving a weapon. The homeowner, fearing for his safety, fired several times at the suspect, striking him. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene. Gonzalez said a second person who was in the car with the suspect was not injured and is not being charged at this time. Gonzalez said the homeowner cooperated with the investigators and gave a detailed statement about the incident. The case will be referred to a grand jury. Deputies do not know if both men fired gunshots. This shooting is being investigated. Okay, so this guy's lucky he's in Texas, because you can't just go chase after somebody who stole from you and then shoot them in their vehicle. If the guy had a gun and they can prove the guy had a gun, then maybe this guy will be okay on this. But you can't just follow somebody and then decide that you're going to shoot him because you think he's reaching for a gun. All right, we're going to go to San Antonio, Texas. This happened at the Victoria's Black Swan Inn, and our victim was unharmed. And we have 4 suspects in this one. 2 females and 2 males, and they are all teenagers, 2 over 18 and 2 under 18. And I got a video for this one for you.
The San Antonio family woke up to find 4 intruders in their living room. Until police arrived, the family says they held the teenagers at bay with a shotgun.
That I was starting to drift off, that I heard piano music.
Joe Rivera thought she was imagining things just before 2 a.m., but she wasn't.
And then a few minutes later, the piano started louder. And then I was like, oh my God, there's someone in there in the house.
The house hosts plenty of public events, but it's obviously a private home as well. Rivera says her partner was stunned to find people in their living room.
There was 4 of them. And it's pitch dark down here. He comes down with a shotgun and he tells them, don't move. Stay right here.
Rivera says 2 teen males and 2 teen females stayed put, but they didn't seem to be bothered by burglary.
They were just so blasé about it, like it was no big deal. The boy, even when the police are here, he's like, well, what's going to happen if I don't show up for court?
Because at the time, Rivera didn't realize things had been stolen. The teens were charged with misdemeanors, criminal mischief, and criminal trespass.
I don't understand how the system is so broken that we as citizens of San Antonio, we're not safe.
With the suspects out of jail on bond, they say they're not really worried about their return because they remain armed. They do hope, though, that they don't have any more midnight visitors going bump in the night.
Okay, now we're going to go to Varnville, South Carolina. And we got an adult male victim that was unharmed, and our suspect is also an adult male. He was injured, and this is a home invasion. A man accused of breaking into at least 2 Varnville homes and sustaining a gunshot wound to the head is now in custody. According to the Hampton County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to a report of someone's life in danger at a home on Hickory Hill Lane early Friday morning. Deputies arrived to find an empty home, but they heard gunshots nearby and requested backup. As they got closer to the source of the gunfire, they saw 2 individuals in the middle of the road, one who was armed with a gun and the other who appeared to be wounded. HCSO says that as deputies worked to secure the weapon from one of the individuals, the wounded man ran away. The individual that had the weapon told deputies that the wounded man broke into his home with a gun and a struggle ensued. The firearm apparently discharged, injuring the suspect's mouth and exiting through his head. He then ran away. HCSO says that after a 2-hour search, canines located the suspect inside another home he had broken into. Meanwhile, the homeowners were asleep and unaware of his presence. The suspect was apprehended and provided medical attention. According to the sheriff's office, further details are unavailable as the investigation continues. So this guy tries to steal from one person, gets in a fight with them, gets shot with his own gun, apparently, and then wounded, breaks into another home, and apparently was just hiding out in there. So at least this guy got taken into custody and won't be doing any more home invasions, at least for the near future. Well, there's a lot of Texas this week. Now we're going to Houston, Texas, where we have a 14-year-old male victim who was unharmed, and our suspect is an adult male, and they were killed. And I have a video footage for this one for you, too.
Well, a man whom investigators believe was trying to get inside homes in an East Harris County neighborhood is dead tonight, shot and killed by a teenager who was home during a break-in.
Watch as this man, wearing a heavy coat, backpack, and gloves, roam around the drainage ditches. It was just before 7 in the morning, and Araceli Herrera immediately thought something was wrong.
With the weird behavior in this man that I've never seen before, I figured I need to call, my neighbor, let her know there's a man going into her property.
Herrera's neighbor had just left to take her children to school, but a teenage boy, 14, was at home. Moments later, Herrera watched as the man with the backpack made his way to his neighbor's house and tried to get in the front door.
The guy was at his porch, and the kid opened up the door and shot the guy.
4 times total?
That's what I heard.
Gonzalez says several other residents had called 911 early in the morning about a man knocking on doors of homes in the area, and that the man in question, seen on video, may have been homeless.
Okay, now we're getting out of Texas. We're going to Sumter, South Carolina, where we have an adult female who is unharmed and an adult male suspect, 28-year-old Christopher Adrian England. And this looks like a home invasion, and he was unharmed, but he was arrested. A homeowner was able to scare off a would-be intruder by opening fire with her gun, according to the Sumpter Police Department. Officials say 28-year-old Christopher Adrian England tried to break into a Grimble Court home around 7:15 a.m. on Thursday. The victim heard a window breaking, saw England, and fired shots. Video surveillance helped officers identify England as the intruder. Police say they found him walking along Boltman Drive around 9:30 a.m. England was treated for a minor injury he suffered during the break-in. He is charged with first-degree burglary. This is a weekly video, so if you like this type of content, hit that like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and consider subscribing. And I'll catch you next week.